and their own kind of role within that organisation. So thanks, Louise, for taking part. I really do appreciate it. Do you want to maybe just kick us off by tell us a little bit more about you and what you do?
Yeah, thanks for having me. So my name is Louise Byars. I work for Balhousie Care Group. We're a company that run 26 residential care homes across Scotland. We care for around 1,000 residents and employ about 1,500 staff. Family business. My role in the business is Group Head of Corporate Services. So I've got the privilege of overseeing what we call corporate services, but IT, marketing, comms, compliance. So it's really our job to make sure that our homes are fully supported and we can make their jobs as easy as they can be.
And can you tell us what you like best about what you do? Is there a story to that?
I think my story is a bit of a different path. So I graduated in law and then I went into retail for 10 years. So I moved into the care sector, but I absolutely love it. It feels like you're really making a difference, and you get to work with some amazing people in the sector who just want to make a difference and care for people, which is great. And my job in particular, I really like how fast paced it is. No 2 days is the same, which is great.
Keeps you out of mischief.
And on my toes.
What's your favourite thing about Dundee and Angus?
Well, I moved into Dundee from Perthshire, and I think living in Dundee, what is great is it is a city, so you've got everything that you need for a night out or your shopping, but at the same time it's quite small, so you if you're in town you usually see someone you know and get to say hi, and also you're 5 minutes and you're up the hill, or you can be walking along Riverside or Balby. There's so many beautiful spots as well, so I think it's a good mix of city and countryside.
Do you have a favourite time of year and why?
I think we're quite privileged with our seasons because they've all got their pros and their cons. I think for me, I do love summer, and I think it's just the long evenings. You don't feel you're really getting robbed after work of your evenings. You come home at 5, you can still have your tea in the garden and go out for a nice walk, and it's light until 11 o'clock. That's probably my favourite, but every time of year's got its nice points.
I've been doing a lot of these interviews this year where people have been interviewed at different times of restrictions. We've been in full lockdown, we've been had a bit more freedom, and this question I guess really was kicked off when we were all properly in lockdown, but we're pretty restricted at the moment anyway. So what's the thing that you're missing in these kind of restricted times?
I think the thing that I probably miss the most is being able to go for tea at my grand's, and just that normal stuff that you just probably took for granted, and we're all probably appreciating it a lot more now and looking forward to that. But also I think holidays and festivals and all that other stuff, so get a plan for next year hopefully.
I know everybody that I've asked really says something different, and God, I had a wee well up there when you were talking about your tea at your granny's. But the other bit of just what you were saying, one of my good friends that runs the chamber up in Murray has actually been away on a holiday. She's quite heavily pregnant, and they've been away for a week in the Canaries, and there were 150 people in a resort that should have had about 2,000. So actually made me hanker for like a holiday with hardly anybody else there. It looked amazing, but hard to travel, isn't it, at this time of year? So yeah, and I miss a festival, or at least just live music and a chance to go out with your pals.
I know, yeah, silent. You never notice the background music as much, but it's kind of a deafening silence. So fingers crossed, some normality soon.
I know. Everybody's work has, of course, changed during the crisis, but how has things with you and your role, or kind of just things changed during the crisis, and then what will the future look like?
I think for us, infection control and things have always been there, but what's changed is the speed that have changed. So really understanding government guidance, getting your head around it, disseminating it and communicating that to staff so they know exactly what to do, and they can feel confident, at work and in the care they provide. So that's been the biggest thing for us. And also adapting. I think we've learned to adapt really quickly, and lots of benefits there in terms of bringing our home managers together. We used to do that as much as we could, but it was very difficult when you had people up in Aberdeenshire and then some in Central Belt. So now we've really embraced communication in a lot of ways. Teams have been an absolute godsend, and we're all just getting used to it. And I think, new innovation that we've looked into in terms of how we can make everything safer. So thermal imaging cameras, apps to communicate with colleagues, digital hand sanitisers. We've really invested in that, and I think everyone's seen the benefit of that as well. So we'll continue to learn, I think.
And so I'm assuming that a lot of those things, like many businesses, you'll kind of keep doing a lot of that when we kind of come out the other side of this. Do you see the future being very different, or are you looking at different ways of working?
We're doing, I think we've moved much more to using electronic communication, and that includes with our families, of our residents as well, with our partners, and as a business with colleagues. I would say we communicate more now, because we don't see it as a barrier having that distance. So I think we'll continue along those lines.
Yeah. And I guess on a more personal note, so when we are more freely able just to get out and about and do what you want, what's top of your lockdown escape bucket list?
I'll definitely be looking at the deals on the flights, Alison. I did a bit of that last year, had a few holidays cancelled, so hopefully holidays and festivals and just normal stuff, and appreciating it, I think.
I think a bit of sunshine would be nice, wouldn't it? I would like to get away and just get a bit of a break. I mean, I'm lucky. I usually take quite a long break over Christmas anyway, because I tend to be a bit of a control freak about not having not taking too many holidays during the year. So, and then you kind of stop for Christmas and then you catch a cold, don't you? So maybe that won't happen this year because I'll not be mixing with so many people. So every cloud, but we'll see. I'm asking everybody a sort of an interesting kind of question about if you had a message for people out there about the things you've learned yourself about the world of work and business, what would it be?
I think be curious is something that's really important. So I think if you're quite curious and can be challenging yourself, or just scratching the surface of something, or having an open mind, I think you can spot problems or opportunities or exciting things. So I think that's probably something I try and live by as much as I can, and also be yourself. And it's a bit of a cheesy word, but be authentic. And I think it's probably take me a bit of time to feel comfortable in my own skin, but when you do, I think it's better, and no one else can be you. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And just, people are naturally interested in kind of the people that are doing these interviews. And we just always finish by saying, so if people wanted to get in touch with you, if they fancied a chat or just there was anything, get in touch with you, Louise.
You can find me on LinkedIn or drop me an email, louise.byars@balhousieCare.co.uk. Happy to have a chat with any members.
Brilliant, that's fab. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and spend a wee bit of your time with us today. Really appreciate it. And if you're, thanks again, Louise. But for those of you out there, if you're watching it, you're probably watching this on our YouTube channel, but it might also be that it's made its way to website, which fingers crossed is coming soon-ish. So Louise, thanks so much again. Really do appreciate it. And I'm keeping everything crossed for you that you get some of that sunshine and festivals that's really on your to-do list. So thanks again. I do appreciate it.